What's going on, New Fighting Order fans? As you notice, the format is a little bit different. I'm taking my stab at trying to broadcast and host the whole presentation portion. So bear with me. And for those of you who are watching the show, they're going to give me crap about the audio. I'm still setting up my dashboard like Nelson's. So you're going to hear me on the left side. So just make sure you put your left side audio in so you can hear me. All right. But I want to introduce on your knees Shinwar and Demizzle. Noop and Nelson are MIA. So hopefully we'll get them for the later portion of our podcast. Now, today, we're switching gears in the sense that we're actually going to be hitting some of the comic book topics. But I wanted to lead in with something from my childhood with Ninja Turtles. Now, most of you, if you've been following some of the video logs that have been put out, it's going to be a digital download. I believe Shinwar is coming out on August 27th, correct?
What is that?
The Ninja Turtles out. I don't want to mess up.
August 28th.
Oh,
August
28.
28th.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this game. I wish I had the videos to put in the background. Maybe if I edit the video, I'll stick it in there. But it's actually taking many incarnations of the turtles and wrapping them into one. So I want to give Shinwar the floor first and then Demizzle. Shinwar, what are your initial impressions of what has been displayed with the game and what their goal is, their intent is to try and get the nostalgia for those of us in our 30s and what their goal is
Hmm.
to try and get like the new Nickelodeon crowd. So you got the floor.
Right. Well, when I first saw the alpha build months ago, and I shared it with you guys, I was like, you know what, we got a winner on our hands. From the graphics to the play style and to the combos and everything, it looked really great even for an alpha build. And we're getting closer and closer. And E3 passed, and Comic Con in San Diego this year just passed, and they talked more about the game. Was really good. They got different modes in there. It's loosely based off the Nickelodeon, but it looked like they put so much nostalgia from the music from the first movie. Um, just fighting tactics. I think when they showed Leonardo and Raphael in part two, Secret of the Ooze, when they rolled, they put that in the game. We don't know about the voices yet. Hopefully they'll put the Nickelodeon voices actually like Michelangelo's voice. Um, but the mechanics are great. The fighting mechanics like air combos and tagging. The only thing that so far what I heard that I'm kind of not feeling, hopefully it'll change in the final release, is you have the online co-op 4 players, but the what is it, arcade mode, which is great for like the 1980 version of the side scroller beat 'em up. What they announced is 2 player, no 4 player co-op offline. And I'm like, in this age, like my buddy, may not have time to come all the way to my house to play the game, or to get 3 other people, so we have to play online. So hopefully that that'll change in the final build where all the different modes will be 4 player co-op online. So, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, like Shinwar said, that main feature that I saw today that looks reminiscent to the old school Turtles in Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles side scroller beat 'em up that Konami really made a great formula for. Rumor has it, it's not going to have online play. Double Dragon Neon, great beat 'em up side scroller,
Mm,
but it lacked
mm-hmm.
online. And we're in a day and age where online components for those types of games will extend the life of those games. So hopefully,
Yeah.
and you know what, for it to not have an online element to a key mode like that, I believe it might have been rushed or put in at the last minute, you know? So that could be another factor. But, Demizzle, what are your thoughts on the new TMNT coming out next month?
Well, I think it's going strictly for the nostalgia factor of the people who grew up in the 80s, like me, you, and like everybody here. I don't think it's going after the Nintendo, like the the Nickelodeon crowd, the one that came out recently, because that too is also getting its own game. It's getting its own game aside from this one.
Hmm.
So I don't think that's the crowd that they're going for. But I do agree that it's going with the nostalgia factor. And from what I've heard about it, they got with the old songs when you do special moves, like they got the ice, vanilla ice, go ninja go in there. They got the old school TURTLE power in there, so I think it's gonna be high. I think it's gonna be one to watch for. From what I do like the gameplay. I do like how each individual turtle has their own fighting style to make them distinctive
Mm.
from each other.
Yep.
Unlike that's like a first for Ninja Turtles game. Weapons, and now it's good to see them have their own distinct personalities and fighting styles. So it encourages you to play with the different ones to experience the game fully, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it was like they were just palette swaps.
yeah, yeah. And the one thing that I can say is fleshing them out, giving them individual identities in terms of their fighting style. Yes, the ninjutsu is going to be their base, but Raphael with the MMA kickboxing style, then you have Donatello with the kung fu, Leonardo more all around uh, base, and then Michelangelo. I'm not sure what his area
It
of
was capoeira. It was like
capoeira.
like a capoeira style.
Yeah, now that's freaking cool. Now, if they ever decide to do a fighter with the turtles, now with these
Mm.
influences, they can, the sky's the limit with that. So, Chris, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on this new Turtles title coming out next month?
I haven't seen too much about it. I did see the early footage from a couple months ago. I think it's from the E3 stuff. I think they had some stuff. It was looking good. And I'm just doing some quick research. It looks like they claimed back in March there was supposed to be four-player online, but that was 4 months ago. So who knows what the hell happened since then?
Well, Shinwar was saying that only one mode, the campaign mode, which is about 4 to 5 hours long, will be
Yeah.
online.
Um,
But it's the main mode for me. From what I saw with that scrolling, the 2D scroller, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can do like a patch or something and get it right.
you know,
But we'll see.
well, it looks like this is the first out of three games in a deal between Activision and Nickelodeon. So there might be more games after this one.
Well, hopefully they listen
Mm.
to the fan
Okay.
feedback, and we'll go from there. But I wanted to add with
Well,
the turtles' appearance. Like it looks like they took a cross between the '80s cartoon, the movie, and some like realistic turtles. You know what I mean? You even see the nostrils
Oh,
and whatnot. Shinwar, you want to say something? Go ahead.
yeah, I remember in the alpha build when the guys were talking about it, they were saying that we will be able to unlock skins of
Mm.
like the 1980s versions, the movie versions, the 2003 versions.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be pretty nice. I think that'd be real nice
For
to
You
be
me,
know,
able to
you
I'll
know, it
do.
would
probably
be a
play the
great
movie version.
unlockable. You know, it would
Wait,
be
what'd
the
you say,
best
Demenza?
unlockable.
What?
The original turtles, black and white, unlock. What should be an
Yo,
unlockable.
yeah,
Like
that'd be
Turtles
crazy.
Forever.
That'd be real crazy.
Okay, okay. Now, I wanted to add before we switch topics. With these types of games, there's a lot of potential in what I saw. With the flow of the game, kind of has that Arkham Asylum, but mixed in with like a
Mm-hmm.
beat 'em up, like a brawler and whatnot. These games, you can extend them by releasing episode packs, or like in World of Warcraft or Dungeon Fighter Online,
Ah, you're right.
you're downloading like little arcs so that the game you'll continue to play the game. I believe that should be the future of these types of titles because we already know that games that are beat 'em ups and so on and so forth have a short shelf life. So what they can do is
Yeah.
each time you release like what was that Pandaria expansion for Warcraft. Okay, you do that plus a new level cap, new moves, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Just to extend the life of the game, and being that the turtle story
Yeah.
arc is so vast, you can have, hey, they're fighting the Shredder this time. Oh, Krang or somebody, or even though Krang is not in all of the stories, you can like, hey, put like side stuff in there. And this was an idea
Yeah.
that I had pitched for a Final Fight game. If Capcom were to bring that back, okay, they fight the Mad Gear in this episode, but then fight the Skullcross in that episode. Oh, Belger comes back and goes rogue,
Mm,
and Rolento and all that, and or the Andor family. Things like that. They can keep it going, but we already
yeah.
know that the video game industry, it's not like a true industry. It's more or less they're survived by donations. Like, hey, we pay for it or whatnot. If they don't see that they're gonna get a good turnaround, they're not gonna make it, even if it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, but any final words on this Turtles game that's coming out next month? Shimor, you got closing remarks on this type topic?
I'm excited. I hope everybody is excited for it. Please support the game, August 28th. And I will see you online.
Alrighty. Demiso, what are your final thoughts on the Turtles game before we shift topics?
Nope, I've said all I needed to say.
All right, Chris, any words before we?
No,
Or,
that's it for me too.
alrighty. So, new Fighting Order fans, I'm going to make it in small, digestible pieces for you. So we're gonna lock this one off, and we're coming right back. And for those of you who are going to stay with us, we're gonna actually talk about Microsoft's features for the Xbox One. And I had something. If you want to hear what we got to say, come back for the next portion. But if you're done and you want to just focus on the TMNT, make sure you support that. I grew up with it. The rest of the other guys have. So we'll see you next time. And we're logging off. See you in about 30 seconds. Peace.